All right.
All right,
Cool.
cool. Yeah, man,
Mm.
Wayne. Um, so brought you here, and as I said, this is not
Mhm.
really a interview per se, as in, not a formal interview. It's pretty much more of a chat. Or I like
Yeah,
to
that's
call
good.
it a chat. So it's one of
That's
those
good.
things where, yeah, I'm gonna ask you questions, but feel free to ask me questions if you feel like asking me questions, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely ask. Yeah, yeah, man, no
Mhm.
problem. Yeah, we could
So
talk.
yeah, man. So first off, of course, I know who you are, but maybe people watching don't know who you are. So you could tell us your name, tell us what you do.
Okay, well, my name is Wayne Carnegie. I'm from Spanish Town, Jamaica. Grew up in Spanish Town. I did high school in Jamaica, and I also grew up in Clarendon too. And then I moved to Canada for film school. And then decided I was good at drawing in high school, and I decided to do animation. Moved to Canada in 2003. So from then on, I work the first job I got out of school was like as a 3D artist, and from then on, like 2012, I switched to specialize as a 3D texture artist, mostly for film and animated movies, not VFX. So that's pretty much me in a ball right there.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
yeah.
So all right, so nice backstory. One of the things I want to know, because the thing is, when did you leave Jamaica to go and do animation in Canada to study animation?
Okay. So right after CXC, right after I get my CXC result in 2002, and then I figured how much subject I got. Um, I was like I migrate. I didn't go to sixth form in Jamaica, so I just migrate. And then when I migrated in 2000, I migrated in 2003, and surprisingly, like when I graduate, I didn't take an IT course. So when I came here and decided to say computer animation, they put me in a prerequisite class, digital media class, like a
Yeah.
3 months. I did a 3 month digital media to get me up and running. But I came here not knowing how to use a computer in 2003. So
Oh,
um, that's that's how I started. That's how it all started. Yeah.
so my thing now is that what I find interesting, because all right, so you didn't leave Jamaica with the intention of becoming an animator. You had just migrated, and then while you were there doing this digital media course, you got introduced to animation, and then that's how the
Uh,
book went.
no, actually, okay. What I in 2002, I had a passion for animation. Like, if I didn't get the opportunity to migrate to Canada, I was looking at in Jamaica to go into Jamaica Defense Force, go to college, and do that. Um, but like in the back of my mind, I know I'm good at art. When I came here, I immediately started looking for animation school.
Interesting.
Um, I was good at drawing too, so I was like, well, um, is it going to be hand drawing? Like for Sheridan College. Sheridan College was a good at hand drawing, but at the time they wanted, even though I had a good mark for art, they wanted to put me in art fundamental.
Right.
So I ended up going to a different school called Toronto Film School, where only prerequisite to get in the program was to do um, the digital media class and then jump right into animation, computer animation after that.
That's
Yeah.
interesting because really and truly, like around 2002, 2003, not many people were really doing animation in Jamaica. So I'm just wondering
Not many.
how
Yeah.
somebody like you just jump up and say animation is what I want to do. Like how did that
Yeah.
happen? And were your parents very supportive of you? Because most artists, the parents weren't very supportive of them, or even the parents were supportive. The
Okay.
schools really push art. So I'm just trying to figure out how you had that spark and motivation to just up and say, hey, time to leave Jamaica and go pursue animation when nobody else was doing
Well,
it at the time.
like okay, like one, like I'm a kid in when as a kid in Jamaica, I used to daydream about working in film, like when I watch like a Lion King or Toy Story, I used to sit and wait for the credits. So that's in my teenage years when I was saying what I'm gonna do with my life, what I'm gonna do with my life after school. And I used to sit in front of the TV, wait on the credits to roll. When I see art director, storyboard artists, makeup artists, visual effects artists on the credits, I used to say to my grandma, like grandma, so you know, you mean I could do this with art? And grandma was like, yeah, you can do it. There's artists, artists. There's an artist who work on everything. So in addition to in addition to loving Disney movies and cartoons and like video games and stuff like that, I was encouraged by my family for sure because I was good at drawing. Even at school, I was encouraged by my art teacher to do something in graphics. That's the only
Right.
thing he knew, and yeah, that's all. I had some good support behind me to choose this career, even though it was so unknown. My parents, they were like, so good, they were good. Yeah.
Ooh. Which high school you went to again?
I went to San Diego High School in Spanish Town. Yeah.
Right. Because I remember
Yeah.
I heard you mention your art teacher, and I think I remember he passed last year. He
Oh
passed
man,
away.
yes. The same guy. His name was Collins, Mr. Collins.
Right.
He was very instrumental in encouraging me to like whenever he see me draw and he's like, you could go into graphics. That's the only thing he knew
Right.
about like the computer stuff. He's like, you go into graphics because I'm always doing these like I'll do like a poster of like anime characters. Even
Right.
though anime wasn't allowed in his art class, he's like, well, you could go into graphics. And I'm like, what is graphics?
Yeah.
So but sadly, I learned that he passed away last year and it was really hard for me because like he played a really important part in my decision to like pursue this career,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, Mr. Collins.
So all right. So I mean, you had a strong background in Jamaica where art is
Yeah,
concerned. You went to
yeah,
America 2002, 2003, and
Canada.
you went to college. Which college you went to again?
I went to a school called International Academy of Design, but they were partnered with Toronto Film School, so it's like a joint program. It's kind of like I'm trying to see what the similarities in the joint program in Jamaica because
Right.
I know in Jamaica there was like an animation thing by Art Trust or no Huey and Carmack or something like that. Huey Carmack. There's a joint.
Oh yeah. There is a joint
Yeah,
thing. Yes. Yes, there
there was a
is.
joint thing.
Either is
It's
or
something
was.
similar like that. It was something similar like that. So it was by Toronto Film School, but the school was
Right.
called International Academy of Design. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So
So, and then you said when you left college, your first job was 3D animator.
my first job, not in the industry, my first job outside of the industry was doing like regular graphic design because again, I learned Photoshop, Illustrator, in I learned about printing in digital media, the course that I took
Yeah.
before.
Right.
So I immediately when I got out, I started working in a print shop. Um,
Okay. Cool.
and while working in print shop, I usually see people coming with like animation thing for us to print. And I just quit my job and just get my 3D demo reel together and then it'll start applying to places.
Yeah.
And that's how I land my first job in the 3D industry. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. All right. So interesting things you're touching on.
Yeah.
Because like one of the things that I always saying to young students is get your portfolio together and make your portfolio look
Yeah.
professional and put on a professional site. So
Yeah.
important was the portfolio for you getting the job?
I went all out with my portfolio. Like, I had, first of all, I had some 3D content because along with my friend and another guy, my best friend and another guy, we worked on a 3D music video.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
Wait, name. Let me try to pull it up while I talk.
Yeah.
To see that. I like looking at artists' old work just to see, you know, how they've grown and
Yeah.
you know what kind of where the headspace was at back in the day, etc. What was the name of that video? You remember it? You hear me?
Yeah.
I say, what was the name of that video?
The video was it's a Iranian video. It's called, I'm gonna search for it and see if it's still on YouTube here. It's called Gole Band. It's a Persian video because my best friend is from. Oh yeah, it's called Gole, Golebandar. Hello?
All right, let me just do this. All right, I'm gonna share screen so people can see what this looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
And this was back in 2006. Nobody gave us any money. At the end of the thing, the artist only gave us $3,000 to split between us. 3,000 Canadian to split between us.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know,
interesting.
So we didn't make a bag of money off of it. But after this video, it landed my friend a job. It landed me a job, and the other guy, I don't know if the other guy was interested in the industry, anyways. But I don't. He chose. He was the IT. He was more IT kind of guy. But
no man, I'm.
You know.
Right.
He was
so
more.
He was
IT,
just dabbling and just wanted to work on something.
Yes. He just wanted to work with us. But the two of us, we got a job right after this video here. Right after this video, we got a job.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That is nice. That is nice. I love that. So, all right. So, you got a job. Where was your first job?
My first industry job was at a studio called Gallus Entertainment. Gallus Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
And it was, my duties were modeling, texturing, and rigging. But guess what? Because I just did the music video, because I just did the music video, I was during the music video, I was modeling, texturing, and rigging. So I transitioned easily over to this my actual dream job. It was my dream job. I was getting paid.
Yeah.
I could give you a figure. I was getting paid 800 Canadian a week. My dream job, my first job.
Nice.
A week.
Nice.
And I was a junior artist.
I don't even know what that translates to in Canada in terms of like standard of living, but you know, that's still good.
Yeah, and it was 2007, 8, not 7, 8. So it was like 40, it was like 40,000. I like giving figures because in case younger artists watching, you know, they could see. I know now the junior artist fee is probably more.
Right.
So, but I was a junior artist when I started at Gallus Entertainment. And so man, that was my first industry job. Yeah.
And how long were you there?
I was there for 9 months.
Okay. So it was what?
I was there for.
No, saying how comes you left after 9 months?
Oh, basically, okay. So I was brought on. They didn't give me an end date on the contract when I signed, but like we went through all of the assets that we were working on, and we run out of work. But we didn't know they were gonna hire. They were gonna, like, the client was gonna order more series, like another season for the show.
Right.
because this show was like we did 2 seasons and in 9 months, texturing everything. Um,
Oh.
it was the show was a hybrid. It's called Weibaloo.
Way
Maybe you
below.
could search. Yeah, it's
Right.
called Waybullo.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
WAYBU.
Bullo. Loo. No, Lo. Sorry, so Loo. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that I still had that.
yeah, yeah. You click on that one. That one is perfect. So this was my first production, man. And while I was working on this show, um, like I started daydreaming again, like back with me in San Diego High School, how I love art, and like I feel so proud this moment. Yeah,
Nice.
I felt really proud working on this production because it was my first production. I was
Nice.
looking back where I was coming from,
And
and
I mean,
yeah,
I know this title, so it's very interesting. CBB is on BBC. That's a big deal.
yes,
It's a big deal.
yeah,
First job. So you
yeah.
said that it took 9 months to do the texturing.
It took my it took 9 months for us for the production to
Oh, for
do
the entire
modeling
production.
section and rigging.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
So
that
we
was the animation. That was just modeling, texting, and
no, yeah. Because I wasn't in charge of the animation. I was in charge of like
let me tell you.
modeling,
Yeah,
section, rigging.
I asked
Uh,
because I want. The thing is that my hope is that it's not
mhm.
just animators watching this show.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that business people watch this show, because I want people to know who the animators are, who the
yeah,
Jamaican animators are and what they do. But at the same time, I
yeah,
also want them to know realistically what it
mhm,
takes to do animation, Because when I
yeah,
say to
yeah,
people, to do
mhm,
a season of a show
mhm,
takes months, in some cases 18
yeah,
months or more,
yeah.
they look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people work on this. Like this, the studio floor was an open concept, and it was packed. We were packing there,
So would you
working
say
on this.
like 100 or 200 people?
I think we were like over 200.
Over 200.
Over 200
Yeah.
working on
Yeah.
like we were working on like an like 100.
100 episodes.
100 episodes.
Yes, 100
Wow.
episodes. So it
Wow.
was like it was 2 seasons. It was 2 seasons, and
All right, because 52 episodes per season. Yeah?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
So they got 2 seasons.
how long is each episode?
I'm not sure. I can't tell you half of the top of my head. But I know it wasn't that long, you know?
So 9 months. So 9 months at this place, and then where did you move on to that from there?
Oh, surprisingly, after 9 months, yeah, I was unemployed, looking again. But I had some money saved up. I was like, I think I was 25. I was living like a king, you know? And I didn't know what to do with money. I was just like, I just had it saved up and give it away and whatnot.
Right.
You know.
Cool. So
Um,
so my thing is that I think when I knew about you and when I think most Jamaicans knew about you is when you did Nut Job, right?
yeah.
That was would you say at the time that was like the biggest job you had gotten at that time? And what was it
You
like
mean for
working
the
on that?
Weibaloo? The Weibaloo?
Oh no, I was talking about Nut Job. I was saying
Oh,
that
the Nut
most,
Job. Yeah,
most people.
Nut Job. Now, 2012. Nut Job was like a feature film, and I interviewed at another studio here in Toronto. At the time, they were doing like a TV series. A TV
Mhm.
series. I could tell you the name of the TV series. It's called Paw Patrol. It's
Oh,
now a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
yes. Yes, you worked on that too?
No,
Oh,
at
okay.
the time I didn't know it was gonna blow up like that.
Right.
So I had to choose between Paw Patrol and Nut Job.
Hmm.
And then I go with the feature film because I wanted the feature film stuff on my reel and the
Right, right.
experience.
Yeah. So,
So
so how was it different though? Like working on a series versus working on a feature film. How was that different?
feature film you get more time to work on your asset
Oh,
because everything is like hero is gonna be shown in the theater. Everything if you work on a pen, it has to look look the part. Everything has to come together of higher
mm.
quality.
So then, all
So
right. Would you say that working on a TV series is higher pressure, or was the movie more
I
pressure?
think, oh, the movie was even the movie you got more time to work on an asset. It was still for me as a junior artist too. I was still a junior because they
Right.
didn't consider me, even though I had way below under my belt. They didn't consider me intermediate yet. They still
Okay.
consider me junior. So for me, it was a lot of pressure at first for me, but then I had some wonderful mentors. I
Okay.
had some wonderful mentors working with that. When I mean mentor, I mean senior artists ahead of me
Hmm.
who helped me with every single asset that I ever got to work on until I was able to walk on my own and do
Right.
things, working on
So
that job. So
there was a question. We had a lady on the show some
mhm.
time ago, Melissa. I forget her last name. I think it was Lynn. But she works in Canada as well. She works at Mercury.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
heard of them.
she
Yeah,
was telling us that, you know, when you're coming out of school, you're not quite ready for studio yet. You get your experience when you get to the studio. And that,
yeah,
because one of the problems we have here in Jamaica is that a lot of studios, they're a little worried about the students coming out of the animation programs and, the fact that they're not studio ready as yet. And I wanted to
yeah.
know,
They're
like,
not
for you in
already.
3D, how studio ready did you need to be when you started, or was it that music video that really helped to show people that you know because
Okay.
what I'm trying to establish is whether
Mhm.
or not could you have gotten your first job with the state you were at when you just left college, or was it that animated music video that brought you to that level that showed the studios that, oh, okay, he has what it takes?
Yeah. I'll give you an example. Like when I finished school, I did my demo reel. My demo reel was great, geared towards more of a motion graphic, broadcast design,
Mm-hmm.
like like graphics for TV and television, like
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
spinning logo,
Right.
text flyby. I did my demo reel like that. Um, but it was when I did the music video that I actually we we even though like sometimes we took breaks,
Hmm.
we had a schedule working with. We had a
Right.
schedule. We had deadlines. We had how to do revisions.
Stuff like that.
Nice.
And we were art directing ourselves and everything. So um so yeah.
That's brilliant. Let me tell you, I'm
Yeah.
really impressed with the music video simply because one of the solutions that we've developed in Jamaica, and this is through YEDI, the Youth Employment
Yeah.
in Digital Animation Industry Project.
Mhm.
They want to do an apprenticeship program, and the apprenticeship program would be set up in such a way where it would be one of the existing studios that would host it, and graduates could come into that studio and work on a real project, and there would be some expert from overseas who would come down and kind of supervise, right? And that would be the
Yeah.
apprenticeship program, and that is meant to
Yeah.
bridge that gap between the level that graduates are at when they leave school and being studio ready.
Mhm.
But in your case now, it was a case where you created your own apprenticeship. You
We did.
you know,
We did.
you guys basically built your pipeline and
Yes.
followed a certain structure, developed a structure, followed a structure, and
Yeah.
executed this project. And you
Yes.
gained
We
that
did, yeah.
experience to rig model everything, so that by the
Yes.
time these people saw it and gave you a job, you were experienced. And I
Experience.
like that.
Yes.
I like that whole
Yeah.
technique with your own hands. I love that. Love that.
Yes.
Respect that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Cool. So,
yeah, that's how it goes.
what do you? So, are you working now, or you're basically off project now?
I'm working right now. This year, pandemic.
Can you say which studio? Or no?
Yeah, I can say with studio. This pandemic year has been like, okay, like I could tell you from 2019 how this thing transitioned and how my work has been. I was going through some personal issues last year, so I had to stop at a studio in Toronto. It was a really good studio, really good project. I was working on a show called Fancy Nancy, and I was also working on a show called Alien TV. It's now on Netflix. In 2019, so I switched studio and I went to a place called Montreal. So I went to Montreal and it didn't work out. Like whatever was affecting me personally, it was enabling me to like not focus at all on my job. And anyways, so fast forward to 2020 January, I wasn't working in the industry. I was doing interviews. It's gonna happen like that, like you're out of a job, but you're doing like a lot of interviews and you're seeing which offer is better. Some offer might pull through, some came through, some didn't. So anyways, in June of this year, after the COVID thing, I basically got a job, a 2 months contract with a studio in Vancouver called Bardell. After that, no, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
After that, no, I got another job at a studio called Jamfield, here in Toronto, and yeah, I've been working there ever since. And it's for a shorter contract too, but like that's all, and it's a freelance contract. So that's how meaning freelance contract meaning I have to be my own boss a little bit. I have to pay my own tax. Stuff like that. So, but it's a work from home thing.
Right.
I'm loving the work from home, man. I'm loving it. Yeah, because yeah, I mean, I'm able to discipline myself to get up and get in my quotas for the day, and it's a joy working with this company too. When this studio that I'm working at, I have a lot of my friends who I worked with in the past there too. So, in terms of getting feedbacks, like I know everybody there who's on the team. Everybody's friendly. There's no such thing as dumb questions. You could ask any question you want if you're meeting difficulty with an asset, or if you have any questions. Like, people are just here to help you freely. Nobody's gonna look down on you. So that's how I've been working this year, pandemic year, and I'm grateful. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. So, all right, I want to switch gears a bit because I mean, I don't know if there's anything else about your career that you want to tell us, but I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about like your collaboration with Jamaica, because I see you always trying to help out Jamaica, give talks at different high schools, whether online or in person. I know like when you visit Jamaica, you always try to find some way to contribute, and I know you're trying to collaborate otherwise. And I see you doing a lot of little drawings, like storybook drawings. I just kind of wanted to know, like, on a personal level. I mean, you have the career level where you're hunting jobs and building your portfolio, but on a personal level, I know you're definitely about building your own stories and helping other Jamaicans meet their dreams. Tell me about that aspect. Why you're so passionate about that, and what you want to see come out of Jamaica.
Yeah, like listen, like because I knew where I'm coming from, like Jamaica, for example, and while I got this opportunity, I knew I was also not the very best guy coming from Jamaica. There was other guys what I left in Jamaica who was really even way better than me. With other kids, but they didn't have the opportunity or they didn't take this road. Like I know a lot of guys, a lot of my friends in Jamaica, like from Jamaica, who migrate abroad. They went on to there were some people who were amazing at like technical drawing, and they just like basically, they're excelling in their field and whatnot. But what I'm trying to say is like, the reason why I like to share my experience, try to help out as much with Jamaican talent, is because I know there's a lot of talent there that want the exposure. Like a lot of kids there who would do really well. Maybe there's a kid there who's looking to learn animation in like Canada, for example. Like right now, I'm talking to a guy from David Martin's class.
Yes.
And he's at Umber, and like I just break down some stuff to him, and I'm like, hey, get familiar with the studios in Toronto, in Canada, where you could go and do your internships, and get familiar with how much a junior artist made. I give him the figure. He's like, man, these are all gems. So basically, what I'm just there for access, not only for Jamaican artists, but any Caribbean kid who wants to know how to get in the biz and how to set their portfolio, whether portfolio help, whether it's hey, what school should I attend if I do decide to go abroad for animation, stuff like that. I'm very passionate about that.
Right. Yeah, man. And I remember when Joanne came up, you were mentoring her for a little bit as well.
Yes. Yeah, Joanne, yeah. And she's doing.
You still keep in contact with her? How's she doing? What's she up to?
The last time I spoke with Joanne, she was in Capilano University. She is doing really good with that program. The last time I spoke to her, but she is not really on Facebook anymore.
Right.
I reached out to her on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's doing good. Last time I spoke to her.
Nice. So, like, what kind of involvement would you want to have with Jamaica in the future?
Oh, like, the opportunity that I really wanted is not about money or anything, but like I would really like to just teach at any level, whether it's college level, high school, offer. Like, for example, everything is online now. And as you notice, if you look, now is the time for me, if that opportunity arises, I would like to teach a course in Jamaica. I would like to get in there and just like teach a course, like especially the fact that we're all online right now. I would love to get involved in that. Teach I'm passionate about even character design. Design. I could teach basic intro to Maya. I could teach basic to advanced texturing and shading. You get what I'm saying? Lighting.
Yeah.
I could teach all those stuff. So I would like to give even more back if an opportunity like that presents itself. I think a few people reached out to me in 2018, late 2018, called I Create.
Yes.
But nothing never got back to me about anything after that.
Okay.
But a few people reached out to me, and then we were talking a little bit, and then they didn't reach out again anymore. I don't know why.
Well,
yeah.
No. Well, I mean, hopefully they see this and they get back in touch with you, or maybe UA or UTech. And who knows, maybe we can organize a workshop through JANN, so people, can tell me if they want a workshop. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can set it up. I'll see how many people are interested,
yeah,
and what.
yes. First of all, see how many people are interested. If everybody have good internet connection, maybe it's not something that everybody is gonna follow along, but it's just to say,
Right.
okay, watch Wayne shade an apple. How to shade an apple? How to, how to the different. Okay, for example, every TV show that I've worked on is all like bright colors, simple. Uh, you'll be surprised. So stylized. So I would like to share that knowledge to say, hey, you know what? You could go cute and cuddly, or you could go
Right.
hardcore. You
Right.
know,
Right. Yeah.
When for example, if I know a lot of kids in Jamaica who could get together themselves and create like a nice little nursery rhyme series for YouTube, for example.
Yeah.
Just
That would be
just
interesting.
using simple shading.
We could do something, because here's the thing. Next year we're planning. JANN is planning an animation week event on all online, right? So
Okay.
we're gonna have like showcasing
Online. That's good.
some Caribbean animations, and we'll have some panel discussions. And we want every night to end with an animator from a different Caribbean island demonstrating something. So maybe you could demonstrate something like texturing a
That's
scene,
good.
and you could do a comparison. You could texture it
Yeah.
to be cute and cuddly, and texture it to be like dark and hardcore, so we can see what's the process
Yeah.
approach both of them.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yes. That would be very interesting. Yeah.
I see we're creeping
Like
up on
something
the.
like
Yeah.
if you look on like I could give you an example. If you look on a show like Pocoyo, for example.
Yeah.
Pocoyo, I mean, I've worked on it like True on the Rainbow Kingdom, with its bright colors. It's just so, I don't know if you want to look it up on
Yeah.
and
I
share it.
actually have
Share
it
it
queued up already. I have it queued up already. Let me
Yeah.
grab that. There we go.
I just want to show your audience an example. I just want to show your audience an example of the Kingdom.
When I look at it, if we were even to just do, say, a 2-minute scene in just this one room, there's nothing very complicated in this room. These little cushions are just, some spheres that you flatten out, and
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
change the surface a little rough.
Yeah, I actually shade those cushions too. I shade them. Yeah. I shade those ones. Yeah.
So if we had like a library of all these assets, and people could just drop the characters in a room and just get to animating something, like I feel like we could do stuff on a much more regular basis, and not only would it build portfolio, but it would kind of just show some activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like for example, if you notice this show here, like it has a particular style too, right?
Yes.
So I mean, if you guys are modeling stuff, creating a library, it's good. And then people could pick. You could model a series of stuff. Like you could say, okay, we're gonna do this stuff. We're gonna model a series of assets. We're gonna do a series of asset in this style or that style, and then you get what I'm saying. So artists who wants to, say dip into the resort and get assets could like pick similar. You get what I'm saying, with similar style.
Yeah.
So everything fits together and everything doesn't look off and whatnot, style wise.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, like even right now, I'm working with Dion Coke. You know Dion? I think you've worked with him before.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know Dion. Oh, yeah. That's one of the most active 3D artists in Jamaica right now. Like,
yeah, man.
That like 3D guy.
Yeah, he designed this very cute looking cow.
He's doing it.
Yeah, man. He designed this very cute looking cow and this world for the cow. And like one of the things that I realized, because I've learned 3D, I learned how to model and rig and all of that. But I'll be honest, I find that I just don't have the dedication to model or to rig. Like for some reason, like middle of modeling, it just turns me off. I love the animating part of it. So, I was saying, I was like, Dion, you love to model and rig, like, send me the model, I'll animate something, because I definitely enjoy the animation process. And definitely teams should get together like that. Like, look at your strengths and weaknesses and say, Boy, I don't
Yeah,
like doing
I believe
modeling.
so.
Team up with somebody who
I
like to
believe
model,
so.
you know,
Yeah,
and
I
create
believe
stuff
so.
like
I
this.
believe so, man. And that's what the library you said you were created. That's
Mm.
what it's for. Because like, you might not like to model. Like for example, me, I myself, I far remove myself from doing any modeling since I
Mhm.
started texturing and shading.
Right.
Um, I wouldn't say I wouldn't do like, for example, if you're looking on True on the Rainbow Kingdom right now, like simple models like model the sphere, model the fridge, model the furniture in the room, I could do that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So I will get into I'll basically because it's something I usually do, but it's just right now I just kind of like squeeze it back. So you're right. If Dion would share his stuff with you, that would be really good because
Oh yeah, man. No, he's
it,
already shared it with me, and I've
yeah,
started playing around. So I'm actually linking
yeah,
up with him later tonight because he's gonna send me the updated model and world so I can play around with it. Cause
nice.
I told him I'm willing to write.
That's nice.
I'm really willing to write some, episodes, and we just do some stuff with it, Because as
Yeah,
far as I'm concerned, I really, really feel like we just need to just play around and have fun and do stuff.
of course. Like if you get that cow, do a little nice little cow walk cycle.
Yeah.
Do a little maybe a cow jump over and you take it to a cow jumping over a moon or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like there's so much stuff you could like grab like stuff and play with, and it could go a long way, man. Trust me.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up
Mhm.
and show you.
Mhm.
Hopefully this doesn't crash my laptop. It's a pretty hot day today for some reason.
Yeah, over here it's getting chilly.
Yeah.
It's getting chilly here.
Yeah, I would say lucky you, but I know when Canada gets cold, it gets cold.
It gets cold, man. It gets cold.
Yeah,
We're
oh, wait, all right, it's coming up.
mhm.
Stop this would run a lot faster, but let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right, let me share a screen and show you what it looks like. Walk cycle ain't perfect yet, but just having fun with it.
Okay.
So this is the code that Dion created,
That
and
is so cute.
it is right.
That is so cute. I love those stuff. Whenever I see stuff like this, man, like I'm not one for the giant robots. Like I have something against giant robots and all that kind of stuff. But if you show me stuff like this, dude, like I'm loving that.
No, that was the
Love
thing.
the
Like
style. It has the style to it.
when I saw it, I
Yeah.
said, Dion, send me the code. I did this little animation with the code.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh, so you did the walk cycle?
Yeah, I did this walk cycle. Needs a little bit more
That's
bounce.
very good.
Like, but yeah, no, I saw as soon as I saw this, I was like, Dion, send me that cow. I want to animate that cow. Like I see this cow has a future in the animation, in my opinion.
He does. She does, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and I mean Dion
And
created controls for the others and everything, so the others, I can
nice.
make them sway and the tail and everything.
Yeah, that's so cool, yo. That's so cool. Thanks for sharing this, man. I love this stuff.
Yeah, I has something special here, man. And the world that he created, like, yeah, it's a pretty cool little world. It's it's similar to something you had done with I think it was when when you were working on Konu, where it was like that a very small
Yeah,
little globe. So it's one of those worlds that like
yeah, yeah.
you just kind of walk like something like that is what he did.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah.
But
It's pretty good, man. Yeah,
yeah, man, I'm actually
yeah,
looking
dude.
forward to kind of finishing like even a 1 minute skit with it.
I like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the sky's the limit with those things, man. It's very good.
I
And
believe.
that, yeah, man. And that's again what I said that there's talent in Jamaica. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I've
yeah.
always said it when somebody's like, Wayne, you're from Jamaica, you're doing 3D. I'm like, Drew, trust me, there's a lot of guys in Jamaica who are super talented, man. So
Mm-hmm.
guys and girls, I should say guys and girls, yeah. There's a lot of guys and girls in Jamaica, super talented.
I'm going to ask you a hard question to close off, right? Because I believe we've hit that one mark. So I'm going to ask you this hard question to close off, because I've been diving
hard question.
Yeah. So I've been diving heavily into the business world of film and animation, right? That's why I hardly have any time to create these days, because the business world is so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I've learned recently, right, is that we can do a co-production with Canada, right? If the production has a Canadian actor in it and Canadian crew in it, right? And I highlight this simply because one of the things that Jamaica lacks, why the industry is not progressing the way we want it to, and when I say not progressing, our hopes and dreams was that, hey, you know, we train people in animation, and then people from Canada and people from the US would just dump work on us, and, you know, we wouldn't know what to do with all this work. But instead, the opposite's happening. You know, we're training a lot of animators and there's hardly any work. And one of the key problems we face whenever we talk to business people in Canada, producers, is that, oh, you guys, we don't have a treaty with each other. You guys don't have tax incentives, as in Jamaica doesn't have tax incentives. So it's really no benefit for Canada. But I was talking to a Canadian producer. He was saying that one possible way is if we can do the production in such a way where there are Canadians heavily involved in the production, because then they can justify, you know, the spend and, you know, the incentives, because Canadians are benefiting from that production. So what I wanted to know from you is, what is your opinion in Jamaica striking some kind of co-production with Canada on something, you know, like, because I really feel like Jamaica would soar, you know, beyond limits if we could get to work on a Canadian production. You know, I'm there wondering if, like, could there be like a Jamaican True Rainbow Kingdom? You know, maybe she should come to a mystical Jamaican magical land.
Okay. For example, I'll give you a couple of my answers to that. That would be really good. A lot of year, for example, Canada have a lot of film festival where you go and meet people, Canadians and whatnot, right? You know, because of COVID, you know, it's kind of like iffy. But back in the day, we had like a festival called Taffy here in Toronto. We had one called Taffy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Where you meet people from like local studios here, from like Nelvana, Guru, Jamfil, where I'm working right now. And then you could pitch ideas to them. You could, you know, it could take off like that. That's how I think Jamaicans or other countries could come to these festivals. Even Ottawa Film Festival.
Yeah, I heard Ottawa's really good.
Another thing too, like remember, I think one time I was talking to you, Kevin, and you were mentioning something about the Caribbean Tale Film Festival or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you meet up with somebody from there, and then, you know, maybe they have a story in mind, and they want to, like, you pitch something to them, and they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe we could do a Canada Jamaica collaboration, and you never know how that will take you. So my answer to that is like, yeah, definitely. It would be nice for you guys if you guys get the opportunity to know when these shows are being kept,
right?
And just forward and check them out and reach out to people, network, and it's sky the limit, man. So that's how I know.
Excellent.
You know, that's how I know how I would do it. Like I'll go to these film festivals, meet people, pitch ideas, and see what they're saying. You know?
Excellent idea, Wayne. Actually, a great note to end this thing on. Honest. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, with the Kingstones, I noticed, like, when I went to Kingston, there was a lot of also Canadian people who were working in Canada who actually went to Kingstones.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Adam Sale.
Yes. He's a big support. You know, he was. You know, he's partly Jamaican, right? He grew up.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he grew up in Jamaica, and I think his sister works here. You not hearing me? Hello.
Yeah, me hear you now. Him grew up in,
Okay.
yeah, he's a Jamaican.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So,
In fact, through Yedai, I met Adam Sale. I met Don Perot, who
yeah.
I think he either worked on or he created Raccoons, which was a popular
Mm-hmm.
Canadian cartoon back in the 80s. And I met,
Yeah.
oh God, what's his name? What's his name? This guy who did Mucha Lucha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's his name? I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't remember his name now. But yeah, this guy
Yeah. Yeah.
he worked on Mucha Lucha. I don't know if you remember that animation. But all these guys
Mucha
from
Lucha.
Canada, yeah, man, in the Train the Trainer
Yeah.
program, they came down to
Yeah.
teach us how to
Yeah.
animate. You know, they're big
Yeah.
supporters of Jamaica.
Yeah. 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 So you get what I'm saying? So, um, it's up to you guys. Even like for even another thing too, like when you guys go to like kids screen, it's a big deal. You
Mm-hmm.
go there to meet people, like meet all the executive, the producers, studio heads.
Right.
That's how you're gonna pitch that idea to get that Jamaica Canada production going. You know, that's how you're gonna get it. You
Okay,
know?
cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
basically, we have to have something to pitch, and we have to go there and meet these people. Where
Yes.
they are. Oh, I don't remember the guy's name. Ron Crown.
Okay.
Yeah, Ron Crown did Mucha Lucha. But yo,
Mhm.
Wayne, thanks for chatting with
Mhm.
me. It was really, really good. I love the journey. I love the journey. A lot of
Yeah,
lessons
man.
to take away from that journey, and I hope other people watching will
Yeah.
take away from it. You know,
Okay.
so
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
man. No problem. And you know, I hope somebody listens to this and gets something from it. I hope like some universities heads in Jamaica is hearing this. I would really like to help if I
yeah.
got the opportunity. So, all right, Kevin.
All right, man. Take care, Wayne.
Take care, dude.
Yeah, man. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, keep in touch.